I now understand how crucial credibility is to effective communication.
Agree?
Hmm. I would like to know how I would be able to tell if I can communicate with others effectively.
According to what I understand of it, a proficient communicator possesses a certain quality. Certain quality as then that study the characteristic of successful communicator. According to Erickson 2024, good communicators can interpret and understand what other people need. No one is born with the ability to be a successful communicator. Communicating is a skill that one must practice no matter what our traits are. We still have to learn how to communicate competently and successfully. Communication competence refers to the knowledge of being an effective and appropriate communicator. It is also the ability to use and adopt various knowledge with different contexts. Cooley and Roach, 1984. That means that you must know what you are doing. Competent communication is effective. When we describe effectiveness, it is about how well your communication attends your goals. For instance, you need donations to your upcoming organization seminar. There are many ways to achieve that goal. You can explain how the donation will help the students who will attend the seminar. You could also offer a collaboration to promote the organization or brand in exchange for their donation. There is no single strategy that is effective in all situations. Therefore, being an effective communicator means that you will choose the right message or offer that will best meet your goals. Competent communication is appropriate. Communicating appropriately means seeing the implicit and explicit rules. These are the expectations that applies in all professional or social situations. Implicit rule is something that is understood but not clearly described or stated. An example of an implicit rule is when you have a business online and your customer asks you about the product online. When you are communicating with a client via online, you must consider to know how to respond to them on time. It is showing the sensitivity to their concern and avoiding any possible conflicts that may arise in the future. While the explicit rule is the clearly opposite of implicit rule. According to Merriam-Webster, explicit rule is the rule that is clearly stated. For instance, a straightforward instruction manual about a specific product that you are selling. Example given is 1 teaspoon of salt. It is clearly stated that you must only use 1 tablespoon of salt. Let's take note that those are the aspects of communication and not the people. To explore more, let's now discuss whether people who are competent have a connection or common characteristics with a successful communicator. When you hear the word sassy, what comes to your mind? Maybe it is a word that is fancy, or maybe a name of a person. SASSY is an acronym for self-awareness, adaptability, cognitive complexity, empathy, emotional intelligence, and ethics. Those 6 words are the characteristics of competent and successful communicator. Successful communicator are self-aware. According to Frey 2023, self-awareness is a powerful tool because it allows an individual to pinpoint their strength and weakness. Self-aware people have a better understanding of how they look, words, actions, idea, and the way they communicate socially, influence, and affects other people's perspective or relationship. Self-awareness is one of the characteristics of successful professional communicator because it enables an individual to see how their behavior fit or doesn't fit in a given social scenario. Successful communicators are adaptable. Successful communicator can adapt to different situations even it's not favoring them. They can understand and find a way to solve it to fix that scenario. It is an essential characteristic as it helps an individual to modify their behavior in a certain situation. Successful communicators are cognitively complex. Cognitive communication is the ability to analyze information at different levels and analyze it from multiple perspectives. This characteristic is all about the comprehension of one person. According to eSoft Skills 2024, a cognitive person allows individuals to understand complicated ideas and concepts easily. To give you a brief idea about it, this is an example. As you wave at your coworkers and you are about to ask, "How is her day?" but she walks away and passes through you as if you are not there. How would you interpret her behavior? Maybe she is in a rush so that she didn't see you, or maybe she was mad at you and purposely avoided you. See? One actions will make you overthink a lot. Cognitive complexity is the ability to understand and consider a lot of explanations to understand the given situations in multiple ways, and it helps you to avoid jumping into the wrong conclusion. Successful communicator practice empathy. Stephen Covey, the author of the books The 7 Habits of Efficient People, defines empathic communication as a listen with the intent to understand. Communication is more than just listening. It is also about reflecting or even understanding the words and actions of someone. We never really understand what is happening inside another human being. Being empathic means to see perspective based on their situation and in their shoes, rather than on your own understanding and your perspective. Successful communicators are emotionally intelligent. Emotional intelligence, or EI, is the ability to comprehend and express one's emotions. Furthermore, it is essential skills because it gives you the knowledge on how to respond to the emotions of yourself and even on the others. Successful communicator behave ethically. Ethics is a set of guidelines or principles that guide us to understand and judge whether something is morally right or wrong. Successful communicator is aware of how the people idea about ethics and how to respond to those beliefs with respect. Allow me to explain more about ethics on our next study. In conclusion, communication is a part of everyday life, whether personal or via the numerous digital platforms available to us. Effective communication requires clear and effective message. Being a successful communicator in both our professional and personal lives requires understanding how to communicate the information effectively and appropriately.